Hey, what's up guys, Dream Like Mike, and I've got some interesting news for you today about Nvidia's new GTX 1080, and it is the introduction to their new 1000 series graphics cards, which is pretty interesting to me. I'm running a 900 series, a 960 to be exact. I've had it for about a year, and I've really liked it. I've pretty much ran every game on high to ultra settings, relatively around 50 to 60 FPS at 1080p. I have an i5 and 8 gigs of RAM, so it runs pretty well. I mean, it's not like a beast of a PC by any means, but it gets the job done. I've been actually looking to upgrade my card. I don't think I'm going to get anything of this magnitude because this card is ridiculously expensive. It's going for around $600 to $700. There's two editions, which is just the regular, and then the Founders Edition, which is, I don't know, it's just badass. It's an extra $100, and it's with a die-cast aluminum body with a low profile back plate. And it can be taken off for increased airflow. This card has 3 DisplayPort connections, HDMI 2.0, dual-link DVI, and can power up to 4 monitors at a time. I mean, this thing is just nuts, believe me. And for that price point, I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, to some people it might. I mean, this thing's outperformed the Titan Z, and from what I can tell from all the information that I've been able to gather, this is like the 4K graphics card. If you're going for 4K gaming, this is the card that you're going to be looking at right now. Wait, shit, my bad. I said Titan Z. I meant to say Titan X. My bad. Forget that I said Titan Z. I meant Titan X. And they say that this card is considerably less noisy than most of their competitors, which I'm going to go ahead and assume that means AMD, thanks to a new radial fan design and a vapor chamber, which also consumes 6% less power than the GTX 980. I am sure it means all the models TI, 2GB, 4GB. So that's pretty cool. I mean, 6%, that's pretty much nothing, but I mean, it's something. When I say it's something, I mean, yeah, I guess you consider that a lot. I mean, when you're talking about PCs, a little bit goes a long way. So this is definitely good. I mean, you don't want a power consuming, and I mean, this is pretty much just a first step away from the 980. So you got to consider everything you got to consider the smallest leaps or big leaps, because the 980 is a very powerful card, and to go further than that, I mean, by any distance, is pretty cool. I mean, for what they're charging for it, I mean, it might not be worth it, but anything that goes past it should be considered something like, oh yeah, that's cool. And 6%, I mean, it may not seem like a lot, but hey, I mean, the power efficiency, whatever, you know, anything that you can get is, I mean, why not? So it's a good thing. I mean, might not be like a full selling point, but definitely the 6% increase in efficiency on the power, hey, why not? It's a good thing. And I mean, if you can get any better in any kind of form or way with a card, I mean, it's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a picture of it on the screen right now, and from what you can see right here, this thing just looks amazing. I mean, this thing is sexy as hell. I really like the aluminum finish. I mean, everything just looks really good on it. Just the colors, and I don't know. I mean, it's a graphics card. It looks like a graphics card, obviously, but I really like the sharp edges kind of all over. It looks really sharp, really neat, really. It's got a really, like, I don't know what you want to call it, but like a really sharp look to it. And I'm just a huge fan of it. I like the lighting on top. I mean, my 960, it looks like a graphics card. It's pretty plain Jane, if you want to call it that. But I don't know, I think the design of this card is really cool. I mean, it has a unique ring to it, especially with these fans. And I mean, a card like this looks like it would be loud, but from what they say, I mean, it's one of the quieter cards on the market. So I don't know, I guess time will tell. We'll see once people actually start getting it, because I mean, I think right now the only people that actually have them are like tech reviewers and maybe some YouTubers, but other than that, I don't think like the general public has them yet. And for a 4K card, I mean, the price point isn't that bad. I believe the Titan X was around $1,000, so I mean, the price definitely dropped, I mean, to a more affordable range. But I mean, most people aren't going to go out and put $600-700 into a graphics card. But I mean, you never know. I mean, there people are. My range on a graphics card is probably about $400, and that's the most I would ever put into one. Because to me, as long as I can run the games at 1080p, to me 1080p looks fine. 1440 maybe, if like the game's not like crazy like some of the modern games are. I mean, like Doom, you see that game, I mean, it's gorgeous and it's really well optimized from what I hear. And just running games like that, I mean, Doom's gorgeous. I mean, just running every like normal game from 1080p to 1440 is pretty much fine with me. I'm not like into 4K. I mean, I've never had like a 4K product. I've seen them. I know people that have them, but 4K to me right now isn't like, it's not like the thing yet. It's not standard. I mean, 4K is pretty much where 1080p was at back in like 2010, where it's starting to become more mainstream, but it's still kind of like people don't have the money to buy everything in 4K because it's hard to get something in 4K with that isn't almost triple the price of a 1080p product. So only time will tell on this. I think this card, I mean, it's great. It's a 4K card. They got some specs that are in the article I'll put in the description. I mean, the FPS on them isn't that great. It's running around 30 to 50 FPS for, I believe, The Witcher 3. It ran like 35 FPS at 4K, which, I mean, that's expected. The Witcher is a beautiful game. Grand Theft Auto, it did around 30 FPS as well. Fallout 4, it did around 50 FPS. And this is all with an i7 and I believe 16 gigabytes of RAM. So, I mean, that's kind of a beast of a PC, and that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's good. I mean, the 4K thing is definitely catching on more than it was, say, 2 years ago, or maybe even a year ago. So, only time will tell. Like I said, this is pretty cool that we're having a 4K card kind of move within the range of being affordable, because I mean, by next year, in like even 2018, I'm sure cards like the 1080 or like that equivalent are gonna be within the $300-400 price range. So I mean, like I said a million times, only time will tell, but I mean, that's just kind of my prediction for the future of 4K in the medium of gaming and just entertainment in general. And just real quick, I wanted to explain why I kind of haven't been making videos in the past 2 weeks. Like a lot of people out there, I'm in college, I have finals, and it was just kind of like increasingly difficult to make videos. That's why I kind of noticed I'd make videos like every day for like a couple days, and then I would only go on the weekends. And then I kind of like just did one like 2 weekends ago, I believe. And then last weekend I didn't do any because I've had finals and I've been kind of working on school. It's just been really busy. And now that it's summer, I'm out of college, and not out of college, just out of college for the summer, obviously. But I'm out and I'm just ready. I got time. I actually have the time to make videos like this pretty much daily or even every other day. So you're gonna see videos probably every other day is what I'm going for, like mainly. I'd prefer to do daily. I'll try to do daily, but like I said, every other day is probably more realistic. And last weekend I actually went to Florida as well. So yeah, like I said, I just had a lot on my plate. Like within the last couple of weeks, I had to finish up school, and now I'm just kind of out for the summer. I got like a part-time job, so I mean, I'm gonna be busy, but not as busy to the point where like I don't have days off. Like on the weekends, I was working night shifts, and like I just couldn't really do it. Like I would wake up at like 2 o'clock because I had a night shift the day before or the night before, and I would just wake up and then be completely dead, and then have to go back in for another night shift on Saturday night. It was just really stupid. And I'm getting out of that, obviously, now in the summer. I mean, I'm 19, and, you know, I'm not spending my summer doing night shifts. I mean, word of advice, if you're in college, don't do night shifts. It's a terrible idea. I mean, at first it seems like a good idea, but just life advice from Dream Like Mike, it's a terrible idea. Never work a night shift if you really don't have to. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. It really helps right now. And if you really like this video, I encourage you to subscribe. Anyway, guys, this has been Dream Like Mike. Have a good one.